Right now, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. This will happen in your house when you are sleeping tonight. Listen carefully, do not skip this message. What you are about to hear is not a coincidence. Archangel Michael has chosen this exact moment to reach you. If you are hearing these words right now, it means something in the spiritual realm has been activated for you. Something powerful. Something divine, something that will manifest in your own home tonight. For centuries, Archangel Michael has been known as the protector. The commander of heavenly armies, the one who battles darkness when it tries to enter human lives. But tonight, he's not just watching from above. He's walking through the doors of chosen homes, bringing miracles to those who are open enough to receive them. You were guided here for a reason. You didn't stumble upon this by accident. There's a divine order unfolding, and Archangel Michael wants you to listen without fear, without doubt. He says, tell them I am coming with the fire of light. Tell them that tonight, their house will be cleansed of shadows that have lingered too long. Stay till the end of this message, because at the end, a revelation will be shared that could shift the energy around your home forever. If you skip even a second, you might miss the key that unlocks your blessing tonight. Archangel Michael's energy is pure. Radiant blue, a shield of divine power that no darkness can penetrate. When he visits, you might feel a warmth in your chest, a vibration in your room, or even a whisper in your dreams. That is his sign, letting you know he's near. Before night falls, there are 3 things you must understand. 1. His message reaches only those who are spiritually ready. 2. His presence always comes with a test of faith. 3. A miracle will only unfold for those who acknowledge the call. Right now, type him in 2549 to open your energy to his protection. That number connects directly with the vibration of divine shielding, a sacred seal used by light workers for centuries. When the moon rises tonight, Archangel Michael says the veil between heaven and earth will thin. The energy in your house will shift. Some of you will feel your air grow heavier for a moment, but that's not fear, it's the old energy leaving. The light entering your home will cleanse, renew, and align everything around you with divine purpose. Do not turn away, do not close your heart. The one who listens till the end will receive the sword of protection and the key to their next miracle. Archangel Michael whispers now, the one who stays will be blessed. Stay here, because in the next part, you'll learn the signs that he's already entered your home and what to do to make sure you're ready when he arrives tonight. Type 1 accept 8173 if you're ready to welcome Archangel Michael's divine presence. Do not look away, do not pause. Stay with me until the end, because what I am about to reveal could change the atmosphere of your home forever. You see, most people go through life unaware that angels walk among them. They think divine intervention is something distant or symbolic. But the truth, revealed through centuries of sacred encounters, is that Archangel Michael steps directly into the spaces of those who are ready to receive him. And tonight, he has chosen your house. When the presence of Archangel Michael enters your home, the energy begins to shift in ways you can feel but cannot explain. You might notice a stillness, a strange silence that falls over your surroundings. It is not emptiness, it is alignment. Every vibration in your environment begins to harmonize with his frequency of protection. The air may feel thicker, like a gentle pressure surrounding you, This is the moment when his wings touch your realm, clearing away the stagnant energies that have been lingering in your home for too long. Archangel Michael says, "The first sign of my arrival is the sound that breaks the silence." Sometimes it is a knock, a whisper of wind, or a faint chime from nowhere. You might think it's coincidence, but it is not. He uses sound to let you know he has arrived. The second sign is warmth. A soft, soothing warmth will rise within your chest or spread across your hands when you think of him. That warmth is his energy touching yours, affirming that your faith has been received. As you hear this, take a breath and open your heart. Say quietly, "Archangel Michael, I am ready." His energy responds instantly to sincerity, and the more you speak his name with trust, the stronger the connection becomes. You are not calling a distant being, you are awakening a protective force that already surrounds you. And now, listen closely. When you go to sleep tonight, the energy in your home will not remain the same. In the quiet hours of night, you may sense a glow around your bed or a subtle pulse of light near your ceiling. Do not be afraid. Do not reach for the light switch. That glow is his shield, spreading through every corner, sealing off negativity that may have attached itself to your space. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them not to fear the light. Tell them to embrace it." When he stands guard over your home, shadows dissolve without struggle. Old pain, emotional heaviness, and silent worry, these are energies that cannot remain in the presence of divine light. They leave quietly, sometimes through dreams, sometimes through emotion. You may wake up feeling lighter, as if a heavy burden has been lifted. That is not imagination. That is healing, but before the full transformation can take place, you must make a declaration of openness. Type Amen 9234 right now to confirm your readiness to receive his protection. That number carries the resonance of alignment, the connection between divine light and human intention. Once you do this, your spiritual field will vibrate in sync with his frequency. Now, I must tell you something most people don't know. When Archangel Michael visits, he brings not just light, but messages hidden in your environment. Pay attention to the flicker of your lights, the soft sound of a bell, or even a repeated number that seems to appear everywhere you look. These are confirmations that he has uttered. The angels speak in symbols, and the vigilant heart will always recognize them. Archangel Michael also warns that when he steps into a house, energies that do not belong there will resist. You might hear a creak, a sudden noise, or experience a restless moment before falling asleep. Do not fear this, it is the cleansing process. Darkness never leaves quietly. It trembles as the light expands, but once dawn arrives, peace will return tenfold. If this message has reached you deeply, it is because Archangel Michael wanted you to hear it. There are no accidents when it comes to divine timing. Right now, take a moment to acknowledge that you are chosen for this message. And before we go further, I need you to help spread this blessing. When you like, share, and comment below, you are not just supporting this message, you are extending Archangel Michael's reach to others who need his protection tonight. Sharing light is an act of service, and every soul that encounters it adds another spark to the collective awakening that the Archangel is preparing. Imagine someone across the world, lost in fear, stumbling upon your shared message. Imagine that because you clicked share, they too invite Archangel Michael into their home and awaken to peace. That is how divine energy multiplies. It begins with one act of faith. So right now, take a moment, like this message, comment your name, and say I am ready. That simple act becomes a beacon of light in the unseen realms. Now, Archangel Michael says something unusual is about to happen. Before midnight, you might dream of a blue flame or a shining sword. If you do, understand this. You have been chosen to carry his protection. The blue flame represents purification, and the sword represents power. Together, they symbolize your authority over fear, over doubt, over every unseen force that has tried to hold you back. But you must not forget, his visit tonight is not random. It is a response to your silent prayers, your unseen struggles, your quiet nights of worry. He is coming to bring closure to cycles that have burdened you, and to open pathways that were once blocked. When you wake up tomorrow, you will not be the same. Something will shift. You will feel clarity where confusion once ruled, and peace where anxiety lived. Before we end this part, declare your faith once more. Type 1 receive 1107 if you are ready to welcome his blue flame of transformation. This is your sacred seal, your spiritual handshake with the Archangel himself. Stay till the end. Do not stop here, because in the next part, I will reveal why Archangel Michael chose you, and the hidden reason this message found you now. The truth will uncover something extraordinary about your own divine calling, and it will make you see your destiny in a way you never have before. Stay right where you are. Do not scroll away. The reason you found this message is far deeper than you think. Archangel Michael does not appear to everyone. He appears to those who are standing at a divine crossroads, those whose hearts are ready to awaken. If you are hearing these words, it means heaven has recognized your struggle. Every tear, every unanswered prayer, every moment you felt unseen, all of it has been witnessed. Tonight Archangel Michael has come to tell you that you were never forgotten. There are moments in life when the weight of the world feels unbearable. You have carried responsibilities, fears, and burdens that no one fully understands. But the Archangel says, the chosen do not carry weight because they are weak. They carry it because their light must grow stronger. The pain you've endured wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Every challenge you faced was a lesson in resilience, sculpting your spirit into the perfect vessel for divine power. Archangel Michael has watched you even in your silence. When you looked at the sky and asked, "Why me?" he heard you. When you thought your prayers were lost in the void, they reached him. He says, "I marked you long before you could see your own strength." You are not ordinary. You have been chosen to carry the vibration of protection, healing, and truth. This message is not random. It is the confirmation that your name had been spoken in light. Tonight, something extraordinary will happen. As you sleep, the energy around you will shift, not just to cleanse your space, but to awaken the part of you that has been sleeping too, the part that knows your purpose. Archangel Michael's energy is a flame that ignites dormant gifts. He whispers, "Tell them that I do not choose at random, tell them they were written in my book of light before they ever took their first breath." That means you were always meant to hear this message, right now, in this exact moment. You may wonder, why me? What makes me worthy of this divine attention? The truth is, your worth was never in question. Every human carries divine potential, but only those who choose to listen. To believe, to open their hearts, those are the ones who awaken it. You are one of them. Your faith, your curiosity, your willingness to stay and listen, these are signs that your spirit has answered the call. Archangel Michael chooses souls who have fought invisible battles. Perhaps you've struggled with fear, with loneliness, with doubt that eats at your peace. But what you didn't know is that every one of those battles has been observed by heaven. You have proven that light can still rise after darkness, that endurance, that quiet strength, is why you were chosen. The Archangel says, tell them they have been warriors all along, even when they thought they were broken. When Archangel Michael stands beside you tonight, he will release memories of pain that no longer serve your purpose. You might dream of standing before a great blue flame, feeling warmth and safety you haven't felt in years. That flame is not outside of you. It is the reflection of your divine self. You are not just being protected. You are being awakened to the truth that you, too, carry light strong enough to protect others. This awakening is not just spiritual, it is energetic. Over the next few days, you may notice subtle signs of transformation. People who once drained your energy may drift away. Situations that cause confusion will suddenly make sense. You'll feel an unfamiliar peace, as if something heavy has been lifted from your chest. This is not imagination, this is Archangel Michael clearing your path, ensuring that nothing stands between you and the purpose you are meant to fulfill. If you're ready to claim this transformation, type him in 3028 right now. That number carries the vibration of awakening, the moment your spiritual vision aligns with divine purpose. Each time you repeat it, you strengthen your connection to Archangel Michael's energy field, but there's more. Archangel Michael says that tonight, before you sleep, you must take one small step to show your readiness. Light a candle, any color you have, and as the flame flickers, whisper, "I am ready to be guided." That candle becomes your signal in the spiritual realm. A lighthouse for Archangel Michael to find you. The moment you do this, you activate the divine protection that will surround you through the night. Many people ignore signs when heaven calls, they dismiss coincidences, they silence intuition, they turn away from messages like this. But you stayed. You listened, and that act alone marks you as one who hears. Archangel Michael honors the ones who listen. He says those who stay till the end will see what others can't. Do not doubt that something is already moving around you, a shift of light, a stir in the unseen, a preparation for what will unfold in your life over the next 7 nights. Archangel Michael has a message for your heart. Do not be afraid of the light I bring, for it will not destroy you, it will reveal you. There is a version of you that the world has not yet seen, one that carries confidence, peace, and divine authority. That version will begin to rise now. It will surprise even you how strong you truly are once the shadows of doubt are burned away. Before we close this part, open your spirit once more. Declare, "I am chosen, I am protected. I am ready." Then type "I accept 4482" to seal this declaration. That number binds your words with the Archangel's blessing, forming a spiritual agreement between heaven and your heart. Stay with me. Do not stop here. The next part will reveal something that has never been spoken so openly before. The hidden symbols Archangel Michael leaves inside your home when he visits, and what they mean for your destiny. What you discover next may shock you, but it will also awaken you to your true power. Say here, don't move away from this message. If you've reached this far, you're already standing inside a sacred moment. Archangel Michael is speaking not just through words but through patterns, through signs quietly woven into the space around you. What I'm about to reveal has been whispered in mystical texts for centuries. When divine energy visits, it leaves marks of light behind. Those marks are not to be feared. They are evidence that the unseen world has recognized your readiness. When you wake in the stillness of early morning and notice small changes, the way light falls through the window, the sudden calm that fills a room, a soft hum in the air, you're not imagining things. Those are imprints of protection. Archangel Michael's presence is like sunlight breaking through the corners of your consciousness. It does not always announce itself with sound or vision. Sometimes it reveals itself in quiet order, in the sudden sense that everything is finally aligning. Think about the moments when you've misplaced something and found it resting in plain sight, or when the atmosphere in your home feels lighter for no reason at all. Those moments carry meaning. Michael's energy moves through the ordinary, rearranging small details as reminders that you are not alone. His light leaves geometric impressions, triangles of warmth, circles of reflection, a shimmer along the edges of mirrors. The ancient mystics believed these patterns were signatures of angels. Modern eyes might call them coincidences, but the sensitive heart recognizes them instantly. If you've ever felt a presence near your doorway, or sensed warmth around your bed, that's the symbol of the guardian standing watch. You don't need fear. What visits is peace itself. The light of Michael is not here to test you, it's here to remind you that even within the quietest hours, protection surrounds you. Right now, whisper softly. Hey, welcome light. Allow that phrase to echo through your heart. Every word you speak with intention becomes a bridge between your energy and the higher realms. If you wish to ground yourself in calm, you can write the phrase Amen 45:12 somewhere safe. It simply represents focus, an anchoring reminder of strength and clarity. And now, listen closely. When Archangel Michael places these symbols within your home, he's not only blessing your space, but teaching you to see differently. The message hidden inside every sign is the same: look again. Look beyond the surface of things, beyond frustration, beyond confusion, beyond coincidence. The angelic realm communicates through layers. You are being trained to perceive harmony where others see chaos. That new vision is part of your transformation. As you notice these subtle patterns, a second stage of awakening begins. The Archangel's light interacts with your emotions. Memories may rise to the surface, moments you thought you had buried, dreams you once abandoned. This is no accident. Michael's energy uncovers what was hidden, not to hurt you, but to heal you. You may cry. You may laugh unexpectedly. You may feel waves of calm that seem to appear out of nowhere. That is how light repairs the cracks within the soul, gently, completely, without judgment. Now take a deep breath. Picture a line of blue light stretching from the center of your home outward into the night sky. This line connects to the greater pattern of protection surrounding every heart that opens in faith and courage. It is not magic, it's awareness. You are learning to participate consciously in peace. Before we move further, let's pause for something important. If you felt the truth of this message, if you've seen even the smallest hint of these signs, don't keep it hidden. Speak about it. Like, share, and comment your experience so that others might remember they are not alone either. every time this story is shared, the idea of light grows stronger in the world. Someone scrolling through darkness tonight may see your words and feel the first spark of hope. That is how faith multiplies. Through connection, not secrecy, Archangel Michael often uses community as one of his greatest symbols. When people unite around the intention of protection and peace, their combined energy builds a shield that no fear can penetrate. By commenting, by sharing, by participating, you join that invisible circle, you become part of the very symbol he leaves behind. And if you need another reminder of courage, you can write "I receive 6291" somewhere near you, a personal way to remember that peace is a choice you can summon. Numbers are just markers, what matters is the intention they hold. Tonight, before sleep, look around your home with new eyes. Notice the patterns, the way light folds across the walls. The quiet rhythm of breath in the room, these are not random. They are messages written in motion, gentle proofs that change has begun. If doubt arises, remember the Archangel's words: fear sees darkness. Faith sees detail. You have come this far because your spirit has chosen awareness over blindness. You are learning to interpret the language of stillness. The symbols left by Archangel Michael are not possessions. They are lessons. Each one teaches you to recognize that divine protection is not an event, it is a state of being. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. Once you feel it, you realize it was always there. When you close your eyes tonight, whisper to yourself, "Everything here is light." Let that sentence fill every corner of your thoughts. The Archangel's presence thrives where gratitude lives, and with every breath of thankfulness, you make space for more light to enter. The symbols are all around you now. Reflections in mirrors, warmth on your skin, the hush before dawn. They are gentle reminders that you are guided, that something vast and kind has taken note of your name. Stay with me till the end of this series. The next part will go even deeper, revealing what the Archangel's blue light awakens inside you. The gift that begins to grow the moment you recognize his presence. That revelation will explain why this experience found you now and how it connects to the next stage of your destiny. Stay with me until the end, because what happens in this part will bring everything together. By now you've learned that Archangel Michael doesn't just visit from beyond, he awakens something already alive inside you. The blue light that you may see, feel, or sense around you is not foreign energy descending from elsewhere. It's a mirror of your own essence finally stirring awake. In every sacred tradition, the color blue has carried the same meaning: clarity, strength, truth. When Michael's light moves through your home, it awakens those same qualities in you. The ancient mystics called this the quickening of the inner flame. It begins quietly, like the first breath before dawn. You may not notice at first, but soon you find yourself breathing differently, deeper, steadier. You speak more gently, you sense the presence of peace even when the world feels chaotic. That's how the blue light begins to anchor itself inside your being. The Archangel's message for this part is simple yet profound: the light I bring does not belong to me alone. It is the reflection of what already lives within every heart willing to rise. This means that his power does not override yours, it amplifies it. You are a partner in divine creation, not a bystander. That is why he chose you, because you have reached the point where your inner strength can finally awaken, as this blue flame grows. You may notice changes around you. Conversations that once drained you will lose their pull. Fears that once controlled your choices will begin to crumble. The blue light reveals truth, and truth dissolves illusion. Michael whispers that truth isn't always comfortable, but it's always liberating. When you see yourself clearly, you stop apologizing for existing, you begin to live with quiet confidence, anchored in something far greater than circumstance. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that blue light pulsing at the center of your chest. It glows softly, expanding with every breath. It doesn't demand attention. It simply is. As it grows, it fills your lungs with calm, your heartbeat slows to a peaceful rhythm. You realize that this sensation, the warmth, the serenity, is the real form of protection. When you carry it within you, no fear can enter. This is why Archangel Michael is called the Defender. His sword is not only a weapon. It's a symbol of discernment, the power to cut away falsehood. When you learn to use that sword within yourself, you stop allowing fear, doubt, and negativity to dictate your path. You become your own guardian. You become the light. If you're still listening, you are part of something rare. Many turn away when the message becomes introspective, but you stayed. That means your transformation has already begun, so write this phrase somewhere you will see it. I am the keeper of my own light. Whenever confusion returns, read those words out loud. They serve as a reminder that divine power does not visit you for a moment and vanish. It remains as long as you nurture it. Now, the Archangel says there's one more thing you must understand. The blue light does not only heal you. It spreads through your actions. Every kind word, every choice toward compassion becomes an extension of that same radiance. When you comfort a stranger, you carry Michael's strength. When you forgive someone, you wield his sword of mercy. And when you stand for truth even when it's difficult, you manifest his presence in the world. This is how the invisible becomes visible. You were never meant to wait for a miracle. You were meant to become one. The house that will be transformed tonight is not only made of walls and ceilings. It is your inner temple, the home of your spirit. As you rest, the blue light will travel through every hidden room within you, through memory, emotion, and thought, clearing away what no longer serves your growth. There is a stillness coming to your dreams tonight. In that stillness, you may see faces, symbols, or places that feel both strange and familiar. These are not random images, they're fragments of your soul's story resurfacing to be healed. Don't resist them. Simply observe. When you wake, write down what you remember. The language of dreams is the handwriting of your deeper self, and within it, you'll find pieces of guidance meant only for you. If you feel fear, remember, fear is only the shadow cast by awakening light. It means transformation is close. Whisper to yourself, I trust what is unfolding. Those words release resistance, allowing energy to move freely again. This is also the moment when the Archangel's blue light begins to influence the world around you. You may notice people responding differently, events aligning unexpectedly, or coincidences that seem almost too precise to ignore. That's not coincidence, it's coherence. The universe starts mirroring the peace you hold within. Before you close this part, take a slow breath and think of one thing you're grateful for right now. Gratitude magnifies the blue light more powerfully than any spoken ritual. It tells the universe that you are ready to receive abundance instead of fear. If you want a reminder, you can write IRI 7810 somewhere near your bedside. It's simply a symbolic marker of renewal, not a charm. Now, I ask you once more to stay until the end of this story. Each part carries a thread that connects to the next, and in the next one, the thread becomes a revelation. But before we go there, take a moment to spread this light outward. Like, share, and comment so others can find this message. Every person who reads these words might recognize their own spark of blue light. And together those sparks create a constellation of protection around the world. You never know whose life your small action might touch. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them that when one candle lights another, the first candle does not lose its flame. It multiplies." That's what sharing light means. You don't give it away. You expand it. So tonight, when you lie down to sleep, don't wait for signs in the air or shadows on the wall. Look inward. The light is already moving, steady and strong, illuminating everything that once frightened you. It will travel with you through your dreams and rise with you at dawn. The story isn't ending. The next chapter will reveal how to use the blue flame once it awakens. How to shape your life, your thoughts, and your destiny with the clarity and courage Archangel Michael has placed within you. Stay with me. The revelation is coming, and when you reach the final part, you'll understand that what began as a visitation has become something greater, a transformation written in your own light. Do not turn away now. If you've come this far, you've already stepped into the current of awakening that Archangel Michael began stirring within you. Everything that has happened, the visions, the calm, the shift in your home's energy, was only preparation. Now the blue flame is awake, and what you do with it will determine the path that unfolds before you. The blue flame is not a torch that you hold in your hands. It is a pulse of consciousness that beats in rhythm with your spirit. It responds to attention. When you focus on it, it strengthens. When you forget it, it fades to a quiet ember waiting to be rekindled. Archangel Michael's teaching has always been about this truth. Power lives in awareness. The moment you remember that you carry light, you become impossible to control by fear. Tonight, when you close your eyes, imagine that blue flame burning gently behind your heart. Feel its warmth spreading through your body. Each breath you take becomes a whisper of strength, each exhale a release of doubt. The blue flame cleanses through presence. It doesn't destroy, it transforms. Pain becomes wisdom. Anxiety becomes clarity, even memories that once haunted you soften into lessons. Archangel Michael's sword is the symbol of focus, not violence. To wield it means to cut through illusion, to separate truth from confusion. When you use the blue flame, you are using that same principle. If a thought arises that fills you with fear or self-judgment, bring the blue flame to it in your mind's eye. See the fear dissolving in the light. Whisper to yourself, "I choose truth." Each time you do this, the flame within strengthens, and fear loses another layer of its power. In ancient writings, the blue flame was described as the eye of peace, the light that sees clearly. When you carry it within you, you begin to recognize the hidden patterns of your life, the timing of events, the people who appear just when they are needed, the sudden endings that make room for something better. The blue flame sharpens your intuition, allowing you to sense guidance in moments that once felt chaotic. It's not a gift reserved for the few, it's a skill wakened in the faithful. To practice using it, choose one moment each day to pause and listen inwardly. You might call it meditation, prayer, or reflection, it doesn't matter what you name it. What matters is the stillness. In that stillness, imagine the flame glowing, and ask silently, what is truth right now? The answer may come as a thought, an image, or a feeling. Trust it. The more you listen, the more fluent you become in the language of light. You may notice that as you practice, others start turning to you for advice or comfort. They'll sense the calm in your presence without knowing why. That's how the blue flame works. It radiates silently, guiding others without words. When you share your calm, you become part of Archangel Michael's work in the world. He doesn't operate through grand miracles alone. He works through the ordinary acts of courage and kindness performed by those who remember the light inside them. If you ever doubt this power, look around you. Every invention, every act of compassion, every healing that has ever changed a life began with someone who trusted the unseen. The blue flame is that same trust living inside you now. Archangel Michael's message echoes. Tell them that the light they seek will answer them from within. If you want a physical reminder of this connection, you may write the words Amen 4796 in a journal or on a slip of paper and keep it close. Let it symbolize your promise to stay aware. Each time you look at it, breathe deeply and recall that the blue flame is not separate from you. It is you in your clearest state. Now, there's a deeper layer to this awakening. The flame doesn't only reveal clarity. He also calls forth purpose. You may start feeling an urge to create, to change direction, to speak truth more boldly than before. Don't ignore it. That impulse is the blueprint of your higher calling taking shape. Archangel Michael says the blue flame will always push you toward integrity, toward alignment between what you believe and what you live. This can feel uncomfortable at first. Relationships may shift, old habits may lose their flavor. But what's leaving is only what no longer resonates with your light. Don't cling to fading variants of yourself. The flame burns gently but surely, reshaping your life into something authentic. If moments of doubt arise, use gratitude as your spark. Whisper, "Thank you for this light." Gratitude feeds the flame better than anything else. It's a reminder that you are safe in the unfolding. Write somewhere near your space, "I trust 8621, a phrase to represent courage, not as a ritual, but as a daily commitment to your own awakening. Now pause for a moment. Think about the others who might need this same reminder, that they, too, have light. Like, share, and comment if this message resonates, because you might be the reason someone else remembers their strength tonight. When you share hope, you spread the very energy of Archangel Michael's mission to replace fear with understanding. Each time you pass light onward, you become an agent of change in the world. You are not who you were when this message began. The person who first heard the words of Archangel Michael was searching for protection. The one reading now has become the protector. The blue flame has awakened. The house that needed cleansing is glowing from within. The miracle is no longer something that happens to you, it's something that happens through you. When you lie down tonight, you might feel that same quiet warmth again. This time, it's not just the Archangel's presence passing through your home, it's your own energy harmonizing with his. That is the union of divine and human, heaven and earth, faith and action. It's the secret hidden in every story of light. Tomorrow, you will notice the world differently. The colors will seem brighter, sounds more vivid, your heart lighter. You'll carry an unspoken certainty that you are watched over and empowered. That is the gift of the blue flame. Stay with me till the end, because in the next part, we'll uncover the 3 stages of transformation that this light will lead you through. You'll understand how to maintain it, how to use it for healing, and how to let it guide others who have yet to find their own spark. The next revelation will show you that this is only the beginning. Stay here and listen closely. What happens now is not the end of your encounter with Archangel Michael, it's the unfolding of what began the moment the blue flame stirred within you. The Archangel's work follows a rhythm older than memory itself. A cycle that every soul experiences when awakening to light. It moves through 3 stages: purification, illumination, and embodiment. You may already be walking this path without realizing it. Tonight, you will understand where you stand and what comes next. The first stage is purification. It begins quietly, often long before you know what's happening. You start noticing things that no longer fit, habits that drain you, thoughts that darken your mood, places that suddenly feel heavy. This isn't punishment, it's the first whisper of transformation. The blue flame burns through illusion, and anything that resists truth begins to crumble and can feel like chaos at first. Relationships may shift. Plans may falter. The familiar may begin to dissolve. Yet Archangel Michael reminds you the light does not destroy what is real, it only removes what was never meant to stay. During purification, the Archangel's energy acts like a mirror. You start seeing yourself clearly, your fears, your attachments, your strengths. Dishonesty is the cleansing. When you face your reflection without judgment, you disarm the shadows that once hid behind denial. That is where healing begins. If tears come, let them. Each one is a drop of surrender, a release of what no longer belongs in your story. To move through this stage gracefully, practice stillness. Each morning or evening, pause and breathe. Feel the flame at your center, steady and blue, holding space for you. Write the words "I release 5420" somewhere near your bed as a reminder that letting go is sacred. You are not losing yourself, you are uncovering yourself. The second stage is illumination. This is the moment when the flame begins to expand, touching every aspect of your awareness. You begin seeing light where you once saw nothing but darkness. Problems that once seemed impossible begin to reveal solutions. Encounters with others feel charged with purpose. You realize that coincidence has quietly been replaced by design. In illumination, Archangel Michael speaks through intuition. You might hear a quiet thought that guides you or a feeling that nudges you toward a new direction. Trust it. Illumination teaches you to live guided rather than controlled. The Archangel's message is simple: when you follow light, you do not escape the world, you reveal it. That means your work, your relationships, your choices, all of it becomes a canvas for light to express itself through you. As you grow brighter, you may also feel a deep compassion for others. You'll see their pain differently, not as something to judge but as something to understand. That compassion is part of illumination. It expands your heart until it can hold the world. During this phase, the blue flame within you glows more vividly. You may notice an actual warmth in your chest when you act with integrity or kindness. This is the resonance between your energy and Archangel Michael's. you are in tune. To stay aligned, speak the phrase ISC 7031 before sleep. Let it represent your choice to perceive truth in all things, even when it challenges your comfort. The third and final stage is embodiment. Here, the light no longer visits you. It becomes you. The blue flame transforms from guidance into identity. You move through the world as one who carries clarity, strength, and peace wherever you go. You start realizing that every interaction is an opportunity to radiate understanding. The Archangel no longer stands outside your life. His presence breathes through your actions. Embodiment does not mean perfection. It means presence. You will still face challenges, but you will meet them differently. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin asking, "What is this teaching me?" At Soul Shift changes everything. Challenges become classrooms. Setbacks become sacred training. This is how you master the art of light. Archangel Michael's final teaching for this stage is this: you are the answer you've been waiting for. Once you understand that, no darkness can make you forget who you are. The house that was once cleansed by divine fire now glows from within, and you become a lighthouse for others. But there's a secret embedded in embodiment. The cycle never truly ends. Each time you share wisdom, each time you forgive, each time you stand firm in kindness, you ignite the next wave of purification in someone else. That is how Archangel Michael's work expands through generations, one awakened heart at a time. Take a moment to reflect. Think of the person you were when this message first reached you. Think of the weight you carried, the uncertainty you felt, the longing for safety. Now look at yourself through the eyes of truth. You have traveled from fear to awareness, from chaos to calm. That is transformation. If you feel gratitude stirring, let it rise. Gratitude is the bridge between illumination and embodiment. Whisper to yourself, "Thank you for my light." Say it slowly. With reverence. This act alone strengthens your bond to the Archangel's energy. Remember, your blue flame is not fragile. It cannot be taken from you, because it is not separate from you. It will flicker in doubt. It will dim in sorrow, but it will never vanish. Every time you remember it, it returns brighter. Now pause and breathe. Feel that warmth again in your chest. That is not imagination, it is awareness. You are fully awake now. The Archangel's light is not a distant miracle, it is the consciousness of courage, alive inside you. If this message has touched something deep within you, help its light reach others. Like chair, and calm in what part spoke to you the most. Somewhere. Someone is waiting for a reminder that they too can change, that peace is possible even in the darkest night. Your words might be that reminder. The Archangel works through connection, through the voices of those who dare to speak hope. Tonight, when you close your eyes, imagine the three stages: purification, illumination, embodiment, forming a circle of blue light around your home. Within that circle, you are safe, seen, and supported. The air may feel lighter, your dreams clearer. That is how transformation breathes. Stay until the end of this story. The next part will reveal the hidden promise Archangel Michael gives to those who complete the three stages, a truth about destiny, freedom, and the power you now hold to shape your future. You have not only been visited by light, you have become light itself. Stay with this message until the end. What you are about to read is the promise that stands at the center of every transformation guided by Archangel Michael. The blue flame has awakened inside you. You've walked through purification, illumination, and embodiment, and now you stand on the threshold of revelation. This is the moment when everything you've experienced begins to make sense. The hidden promise is simple but vast. Once you awaken light within yourself, life begins to shape itself around that light. The Archangel's presence doesn't remove struggle from your path. It changes your relationship to it. You become calm where others panic, centered where others scatter. You start to see that the same energy that once frightened you now bends in service to your growth. Archangel Michael says, the moment they remember their own fire, they will never again bow to fear. The promise isn't about divine intervention descending from above, it's about realization rising from within. You are the intersection point between heaven and earth, and through you the unseen becomes seen. Think back to the beginning. When you first heard this message, perhaps you felt curiosity, maybe even disbelief. Yet something inside you stirred, that spark has grown into a flame. And tonight the promise unfolds. The flame will guide your destiny. It will bring opportunities that match your new vibration, people who mirror your clarity, and moments that test your strength but also reveal your mastery. This is the secret many never reach because they stop halfway. They want light to arrive, but they forget that light must move. Archangel Michael's energy is alive, it flows. When you live with integrity and purpose, the current of that light pulls synchronicities toward you. Doors open not because of luck, but because of alignment. The Archangel whispers, heaven rearranges itself for those who walk in truth. The hidden promise also carries responsibility. To live in truth means to stop hiding from your own potential. The blue flame will no longer allow you to shrink, it will nudge you toward every dream you've delayed, every calling you've buried beneath fear. You may feel a restless energy pushing you to act, to create, to speak. That is the flame moving through your destiny, follow it. When you act in harmony with that flame, life begins to echo your intention. You'll notice that words spoken from peace carry weight, that decisions made from love ripple upward in ways you couldn't predict. This is the new reality, the one built by awareness rather than reaction. The Archangel calls it the world of luminous cause. Every thought becomes a seed, every choice a beam of light shaping form, but there is another layer to the promise. Freedom. Freedom from the patterns that once dictated your emotions, from fears that replayed like broken records in your mind. The Archangel's light unbinds you, it doesn't erase your past, it redeems it. Every painful memory becomes a symbol of endurance, every loss a doorway to wisdom. Archangel Michael's voice whispers across time, tell them that nothing was wasted, every moment led them here. That is the heart of the promise. The path was never random, it was preparation. The trials you faced forged the vessel strong enough to carry light without breaking. The doubts you conquered sharpened the vision, needed to recognize truth. You are not a victim of circumstance, you are evidence of transformation. As this understanding deepens, your relationship with the Archangel changes. He is no longer a distant protector standing guard over your house. He is the guardian thought within your mind, the calm behind every decision. You begin to carry his qualities naturally, courage, patience, discernment. Others might even sense it without knowing why. They feel safer around you. You become what you once sought. Tonight, as you rest, that energy will anchor deeper. The blue flame will expand beyond the boundaries of your body, filling your home until it hums with serenity. The space where you sleep becomes a sanctuary, and in the quiet hours before dawn, when the world is still, you may feel a pulse beneath your breath. A rhythm that doesn't belong to your heartbeat alone. That is the Archangel's current, reminding you that you are never separate from light. If doubt tries to return, remember this promise: once awakened, light cannot be forgotten. You may drift from it, but you will always find your way back. The Archangel has engraved your awareness with clarity. It is now part of your soul's language. To remind yourself, write somewhere visible, "I remember 6405. It's not a charm, it's a statement of consciousness. Each time you see it, let it pull you back into alignment with peace. Now pause and feel gratitude, longest of a comfort or protection of a row. Gratitude seals the promise. It tells the universe that you understand the value of every lesson. Whisper softly, "Thank you for my transformation." Those words close the circle of awakening that began when you first heard Archangel Michael's call. But do not keep this realization to yourself. The Archangel's light thrives on expansion. Like, share, and comment if these words touched something within you. When you speak your truth, you ignite another's flame. Somewhere, someone needs to hear that it's possible to rise from confusion into clarity. Your courage to share becomes their invitation to awaken. The hidden promise continues through connection. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them that when one remembers, 10 will follow." Light multiplies exponentially. Every story of transformation adds another spark to the collective awakening sweeping across the world. You are part of that wave now. And as you move forward, understand this final aspect of the promise. The blue flame will keep evolving. It will grow brighter as you act with compassion, dim when you neglect self-care, and surge whenever you choose truth over comfort. It will always reflect your alignment. You and the light are now in conversation forever, so tonight, when you feel the quiet hum of peace filling your space, know that it isn't just protection. It's partnership. You and Archangel Michael are co-creators now, building a life shaped by awareness rather than fear. Stay with me until the end, because in the next part, you'll learn the most profound truth of all: how to speak with the light. Not through ritual or words, but through the vibration of intention. That revelation will show you that the language of angels is the same language your soul have been whispering all along. Do not skip, the promise is still unfolding. The greatest understanding waits in what comes next. Do not rush through this part, read it slowly, because every word is meant to guide you deeper into your connection with the blue flame. You've awakened it, carried it, and learned to live by it. But now comes the most sacred revelation of all: you can speak with the light. Not with your voice, not even with language as the world knows it, but with the vibration of intention that flows from the very core of your being. When Archangel Michael first appeared to humanity in ancient visions, his communication was described not as speech, but as resonance. The old mystics said that when he spoke, hearts did hear words, they felt alignment. His messages arrived as certainty, as an unshakable knowing that bypassed sound and logic. That is what it means to speak with the light, to enter the same frequency of clarity where understanding is instantaneous. Every thought carries a vibration, every emotion a frequency. When you think with fear, your energy contracts. When you think with truth, it expands. The blue flame inside you is sensitive to these shifts. It brightens when your thoughts align with integrity and flickers when you stray into self-doubt or resentment. The Archangel's voice travels through that flame, responding to your inner state. When you quiet the noise of worry, you make space for that voice to speak. Here is how to practice. Each day, find a moment of stillness, sit where light can touch you, or close your eyes and imagine the blue glow within. Breathe deeply, and as you inhale, think of one word that embodies what you wish to understand. Peace, clarity, courage, forgiveness. As you exhale, release every idea of how the answer should appear. Just trust that it will. This is the silent conversation between you and light. It isn't about asking and receiving. It's about aligning and recognizing. Archangel Michael says, "The universe does not hide truth. It waits for quiet minds to notice." Speaking with light means becoming quiet enough to notice what has always been whispering. The answers you seek will often arrive disguised. It's a sudden insight, a line from a song, a dream that lingers. When they do, you'll feel a calm certainty, the unmistakable signature of divine communication. At first, you may wonder whether what you feel is real. That's natural. Faith begins as an experiment. But over time, you'll see that these intuitive messages are consistent, kind, and wise, never rooted in fear, never urging haste, always guiding toward peace. That is how you will know you're listening correctly. If you wish to anchor this practice, you can write "I listen 5804" somewhere near your space. Let it remind you that listening is an act of faith. The number doesn't hold power. Your attention does. Each time you see it, you reaffirm your readiness to hear truth in its purest form. As your sensitivity grows, you'll discover that communication with light is not one way. You can also send intentions outward, not as demands, but as harmonies. When you think of someone with compassion, the light within you connects with the light within them. When you bless your home with gratitude, its walls absorb that vibration and reflect it back as calm. The Archangel calls this the language of creation. Every thought you hold becomes part of that universal conversation. This is why he warns, guard your inner speech as carefully as your spoken words. Negativity directed inward dulls the flame. Kindness, even silent, fans it brighter. You become what you were beat. The more you practice sending light intentionally, to people, to memories, to future hopes, the more fluent you become in this celestial dialogue. In time, you'll begin to sense the Archangel not as a figure outside you, but as a presence within your consciousness. His guidance will feel like your own higher reasoning, your own calm voice of truth. That's because it is. Speaking with light reveals that there was never separation between divine and human awareness, only different levels of remembering. Now, understand something vital. When you use this communication, your influence expands. The peace you generate doesn't stay confined to your mind or your home, it radiates outward. Others will feel it. Without knowing why, they'll relax in your presence, find clarity in your words, or feel hope after hearing your voice. That's not coincidence. That's resonance. You become a living transmitter of the blue flame, if ever you sense your energy fading, don't struggle to reignite it. Simply pause and return to gratitude. Whisper softly, "Thank you for the light that listens." Gratitude immediately reopens the connection because it shifts your frequency to one of openness. Let's return to where we began. A message whispered through the night, a promise of light entering your home. Now you understand that your home was never only the physical space. It was your consciousness. The transformation that has unfolded wasn't an outside miracle, it was the awakening of your inner communication with the divine. Before you sleep tonight, try this one final practice for the day. As you lie down, close your eyes and imagine your breath glowing blue with each inhale. Feel that light travel through your chest, down your arms, through your entire being. When you exhale, let it expand outward until your whole room feels luminous. Then, without words, think a simple truth you wish the universe to know. Something like "I am ready for peace," or "I choose understanding." Feel that thought move through the blue light and out into the infinite. Archangel Michael says that the light always responds, though not always in the ways we expect. Sometimes it brings an opportunity, sometimes it brings silence so you can hear yourself. But it always answers because it is part of you. If this message resonates, like, share, and comment to keep its vibration moving. Every share carries a fragment of light, every comment an echo of awakening. Someone, somewhere, might read your words and recognize their own call to listen within. That's how light speaks through community, through you, and remember. The more you converse with light, the clearer your life becomes. Decisions grow easier, intuition sharper, fear quieter. You begin to see that guidance was never missing, you were simply learning to hear. Stay until the end. Do not skip the final part, because in part 10 you'll discover what happens when the promise is fulfilled, when every flame you've kindled unites into a single vision of destiny. The conclusion is not an ending, it's the unveiling of who you've become through this journey. When you wake tomorrow, the air will feel different, not because the world has changed it, but because you have learned its language. The light speaks through you now. Stay until the end. This final moment brings everything together. The blue flame, the awakening, the voice of light that has guided you through every shadow and revelation. You've walked through fear, learned to listen, and found that the Archangel's voice was never separate from your own deepest truth. Tonight, that understanding becomes complete. The promise fulfilled is not thunder or spectacle, it is peace. When Archangel Michael finishes his work within a soul, the greatest change is quiet, the mind becomes still, the heart expands, and the space once filled with confusion fills instead with a steady, knowing calm. At calm is the sign. You have become what you once sought. Now, when you close your eyes, you no longer search for signs in the air or shapes in the dark. You feel the blue light breathing with you. You sense it in the rhythm of your thoughts, in the patience that greets each day. The world hasn't shifted overnight, but your perception has, and that is enough to change everything. This is the true miracle. You are awake, the same light that protected you now expresses itself through you. You are no longer the seeker. You are the messenger. Each act of honesty, each word of kindness, each moment you choose understanding over judgment adds another spark to the great constellation of awakening souls that spans the world. That network of light is the living presence of Archangel Michael on earth. The Archangel's last message is simple: guard the flame by living it. It will never demand perfection, only presence. Whenever life tests you, return to the practices you've learned: stillness, gratitude, intention. When anger rises, breathe blue light into it until it softens into truth. When doubt visits, whisper, "I remember." These small acts keep the connection alive. Look around your home. Notice how it feels different now: the same walls, the same air, yet everything carries a subtle glow of meaning. That's because you've infused it with awareness. The house he promised to venture was not just this place, it was your consciousness. He entered, he taught, and now he leaves you not empty but luminous. If you want a final reminder, write these words where you can see them: I am light 9024. Let them remind you that the journey was never about waiting for miracles. It was about discovering the miracle you already are. Take one last deep breath. Feel gratitude not just for what has happened, but for what continues. The flame will guide your steps long after this story ends, and as you move through your days, carry this certainty: you are seen, you are protected, and you are powerful beyond measure. The promise is fulfilled, the house blows. The night is peaceful. And in the silence that follows, Archangel Michael's voice lingers one last time, soft, eternal. You are the light. Now shine.